It has become a common practice with us to organize big functions at a time when we should all be absorbed in a work of great magnitude. A lot of effort goes into pump and mere show, and very little into work. We exhibit ourselves as though we were some commodity. This is true of all organizations in the country. In Delhi nowadays, there are any number of conferences, so many that one does not find time even to breathe. Of course, I too attend several of them because I am very much interested. How I wish silence would prevail in Delhi for some days and all the conferences would be stopped. New Delhi is a jungle of able men. You are lost in this forest of administration machinery because there are thousands of offices and roads. It is for scientists to examine this problem and suggest remedies. True, the activities of a growing nation must expand, but how and in what direction should they expand is the question. The child grows and looks handsome only when the body grows in proportion with the hands and feet. If the hands alone grow and not the feet, the child looks defective. That would apply to government offices also. In India, as in any other country of the world, there is a great need for engineers, and as our plans and schemes materialize, we shall be requiring more and more engineers. Not only engineers, but we need teachers also in great number, but we cannot recruit them straight away as our educational development plans mature. We shall be needing lakhs of teachers unless we foresee even now what we need after 4 or 5 years. We cannot plan in such a way that we have enough of trained men to teach after 5 years. There are difficulties and bottlenecks in any undertaking. We have to improve and extend our health services, but we cannot achieve this by merely planning on paper. Even money, which is required in large amounts, will not help us to achieve such expansion. It can be done only by having a sufficient number of experienced men who have had sound training, but it takes time to acquire experience, whether it be engineering or medicine or any other profession. One has to learn and work hard to gain the necessary experience. Therefore, if we plan to extend our health services. We must begin getting prepared for it right now so that we have the requisite number of qualified doctors. Training and experience are as essential for an engineer as for a doctor or health officer. It will be risky to entrust a responsible task to an engineer who does not know his work. It can result in a lot of damage. The country can sustain small losses, but losses in works of great magnitude cannot be tolerated because their repercussions will be serious and injurious. You know very well that if we undertake construction of a large dam somewhere, and if by some reason of neglect or inexperience the dam gives way at a future date, it will result in great loss to the country. Not only will it be a great monetary loss, but it will also create misery and ruin. Therefore, in such works, it is not enough if we have men with more academic degrees. To the district manager, telephones, Hyderabad. Dear Sir, I write to report that I am having some difficulty with the instrument that was recently installed at my office. I often get the engaged tone when I dial other people and find out later that their telephones were not engaged at the time I contacted them. I also find that I get many wrong numbers when I ring up. I have already had your mechanic here, but he has unfortunately not set right the defect of the telephone. I am sure that you will readily understand the inconvenience and difficulty caused in a business concern when the telephone is not reliable. I have had to take the extreme step of writing to you to make this complaint because I believe that I have received a faulty instrument and that it is a matter that cannot be rectified upon by your machines who deal only with small adjustments. Finally, I request you to give your personal attention to an application made by me for an extension to my office telephone. I have filed the necessary application form in your office some 4 weeks ago and received a formal acknowledgement from your office, but that is all. I should be very greatly obliged if you should be so good to give me some idea of the length of the waiting period. I know that there is a shortage of instruments. Yours faithfully,